Welcome back to the snow course, folks. It's the second part of our Jeep Jamboree at Elevation Trail. Last week may have been a tough week for trucks crossing the line, but for Uncle Elvis that didn't matter because he was able to find enough points to peg himself into the number 5 spot on our leaderboard. In the second group, Stevie Jacques was the one who was able to gather enough points to claim the number 6 position on our leaderboard. Now, even though trucks didn't cross the line in that group either, there was still enough action that it was very entertaining. Now, tonight, we see groups 7 and 8 battle it out for the last 2 spots on the leaderboard. It's the snow course at the Lakeridge Heights. Group 7 is a tale of which one of these is unlike the other. First up, we got Ghost Driver. Then we've got Mad Mike from Mad Mike's Customs, Sans Trailer. Next to him, we've got Raw Sun God with Vader behind the wheel, and our runner-up from the Elevation Trail, Sam Hall. Now, Mike did ask if he'd run the trailer for his group, but since Duke is still rattled, we said no. Sam Hall's in lane 1, Ghost Driver's in 2, Raw Sun God's in 3, and Mike's in 4. Looks like Sam Hall's picked up right where he's left off. As the gate drops, Mike goes over into the berm and Raw Sun God and Ghost Driver get into it. Sam Hall has a clear shot, pulls up a little bit right before the end, and tucks it in neatly for 6 points. Sam Hall has pretty much a straight run as soon as the gate drops. You can see he gets into it a little bit with Ghost Driver, and Ghost Driver goes right into the wall, but Sam Hall's got a straight shot right to the finish. He skids out a little bit, but he's just putting on a show for everybody. He pulls up, full points. He's on top with 6. Everybody else needs to buckle down because he's come to play. As we go back up to the top, we've got Ghost Driver in 1, Raw Sun God in 2, Mad Mike in 3, and Sam Hall in 4. Ooh, looks like Mad Mike didn't like the showboating by Sam Hall too much. He takes him out with vicious intent. Ghost Driver and Raw Sun God get into it as well, and Ghost Driver goes over a couple of times. Raw Sun God's on his wheels, but they pull up short of the finish. As we look back at the carnage, it's Sam Hall who really dropped the ball on that last lap. Let's look at the replay and see. Sam Hall gets up on 2 wheels, and then Mad Mike just kind of helps him over. Down the center of the course, you got Ghost Driver going over a couple of times, but at least he lands on his wheels. Let's see that again. 1, 2. Oh, 2 rotations. That's not like last week, but everybody picks up a good set of points and closes the gap on Sam Hall. And as we go into lap 3, we go back up to the top of the hill. It's Raw Sun God in 1, Mad Mike in 2, Sam Hall in 3, and Ghost Driver in 4. As we look at this replay, the gate drops and everybody seems to be pretty civil until Sam gets into Ghost Driver and puts him over. But Sam kind of does the same thing as what he did during the Elevation Trail races and goes over. Raw Sun God just barely misses out on that extra point. That's going to be critical because Sam Hall is not picking up the same amount of points as what he should. But as we look at this finish cam replay, you'll see here Ghost Driver just gets into Sam. Sam then goes over himself, and Raw Sun God has an opportunity for max points, but just shy. And as the points go up, we see that those points are getting tight. Look up at the ticker and see how tight they actually are. Back up to the top of the hill for the last lap. This is going to be crucial. Let's see who wants it more. With only 2 points separating Sam Hall and Raw Sun God, I expect way more out of Raw Sun God than this. He's over early, and Sam Hall looks like he's the one that's hungry for it because he covers a lot of ground in front of Ghost Driver to actually pick up them points. Mad Mike's pretty much out of it, but we're going to have to see where those points put Raw Sun God when it comes down to the end. We go back up to the front and watch as Raw Sun God just seems to go over all on his own. We look at the replay of how much Sam Hall wants this because he's in front of Ghost Driver the entire way down. The final points for that one's up, and Raw Sun God actually puts up a 0. You just needed 1 point, Raw Sun God. 1 point, and you could have forced a runoff. That puts Sam Hall through. That shows how critical them points are. Oh, that was exciting. But that means that Sam Hall claims the number 7 spot. Ugh. Looking ahead to our final group in Group 8, could it be any more close or any more exciting? In this group, we've got Daddy G, still with that Christmas tree. We got Puff, who is still traumatized from the last race. We got Scooter Roundwell, who deserves better, and Rubber Toe with that amazing Cherokee. And as we head up to the top of the hill for our final group, place your bets, boys. In lane 1, it's Daddy G, Scooter Roundwell in 2, Rubber Toe in 3, and Puff in 4. Well, that's not what I expected from these boys. The last group, and everybody whiffs it aside from Scooter Roundwell, who seems to have a really good line and then just kind of falls under gate 4. The finish cam should have a better angle of what just happened. So when the gate drops, oh, look at that. Daddy G's up on 2 wheels, but he stays upright. He's had such good luck with keeping that Jeep on all 4 wheels throughout the entire competition. I'm amazed, even with the tree on top. The points tell a different tale though, because Daddy G throws up a donut. So we got some room for redemption. Scooter Roundwell is in lane 1, Rubber Toe's in 2, Puff is in 3, and Daddy G's in 4. It's like Daddy G is man and machine in one. He saves his Jeep from going over again, whereas Puff and Scooter both go over, and Rubber Toe, what'd you short fill, man? You ran out of gas right before the line, dude. We're gonna have to go back up to the top and see what exactly happened there, because there's no reason why he should have just stalled out. Rubber Toe seems to have a really good line, bounces a couple of times, but then, yeah, he just stops, he just stalls out. And you can see how far Scooter Roundwell and Daddy G came down together. But it definitely looks like the snow course is not going to give up points that easy today. As we look at the points, 4, 2 3s, and a 2. Let's back up to the top for the next round, boys. So, looking at the gate, we've got Rubber Toe in 1, Puff in 2, Daddy G in 3, and Scooter Roundwell in 4. Well, you can't say these guys aren't battling, because as the gate drops, they go banging and crashing into each other, trying to get any sort of edge in front of the competition. Puff struggles to control his rig, and Daddy G looks like he's going to drive right around him, but can't get that rig to turn left. I'm still loving this angle as they come straight onto the finish line cam. Right out of the gate, you can see how sideways Rubber Toe gets. And then Puff, oh, Puff's looking like he's joining the go-round competition as well. He goes over once, twice, almost 3 times. Let's check it out. 2.5 rotations. Well, that's right up there with Dreddy and Duke. The scores are up, but yeah, it's not looking pretty for these guys. So back up to the gate for one last lap. In lane 1, you got Puff. Daddy G's in 2, Roundwell's in 3, and Rubber Toe's in 4. And just like that, Puff finds a way to drag his Jeep across the line with every ounce of his will pouring out of him. Just like that, he stretches a wheel across the line. Everybody else is scattered. Look at that, Daddy G's still on all 4s. We're going to go to the replay camera and see if he's gone over because, again, Daddy G finds a way to keep his truck upright. Look at this. Puff comes around, does a couple of little jumps. Oh, and he's just across the line. That was exciting. That was actually incredible. So who's got it? We've got Puff coming home with 6. Everybody else with low scores. We're going to throw up the final scores, and we've got a tie! Unbelievable. Scooter Roundwell and Puff, with that clutch last-minute wheel over the line, has put him into a tie. So this is what we're going to do, okay? We're going to go to the tiebreaker rules. So Puff and Scooter Roundwell are going to run 2 laps in each of the middle lanes, and whoever has the most points after those 2 laps will walk away with the last place in our leaderboard. So place your bets right now because we're back up to the top of the hill. Who's got it? Puff or Scooter? Here we go. Puff comes up clutch once again. That second race was amazing. Puff will claim the number 8 spot on our leaderboard with a fantastic second race pass. Wow. And there you have it. The leaderboard is full. Those are your drivers moving on to the semis. Thank you once again for following me on the Jeep Jamboree at the snow course at Lakeridge Heights. I've been your host, 905. Thank you for watching, and once again, for the love of diecast, keep racing.
Yes. This is a good land, a good track. We shall rule over this track, and we shall call it this track. I think we shall call it your grave. Ah, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. I think you should die.
Number 37, what are you doing? You better have a good explanation for
this.
Yes,
sir. Reporting, sir. Situation report, sir. The track is melting.
What do you mean it's melting?
Yeah. We kind of set the temperature on the snow makers too cold.
What?
And they overheated.
How do you...
And now they're making the snow melt.
How do you even manage to do that?
I don't know.
This doesn't make any... You guys better fix this. You better fix this, number 37, before I get there. Otherwise, it's the termination chamber for you.
Yes,
Honestly, I don't know how you guys... I am not happy.